What's up, my friends, and welcome to this quick guided tour of Slack. My name is Zay, and I'm going to be taking you through this incredible software, this platform where you and the OBL team, the Online Business Liftoff team, and the other participants will be communicating. So this is the central area where we'll be meeting up online to do all of our learning, to be communicating with others, to be sharing ideas and sharing files and giving each other feedback and all of that kind of incredible stuff. Slack is amazing in that way because it provides a centralized place for us to do absolutely everything that we need to do for business and communication. It takes away that need, for all these multiple different ways of communicating. So it takes away the need for email. It takes away the need for messaging, for phone calls, for, you might take it in. There are other businesses that are like running their businesses on, via Facebook Messenger sometimes, and then sometimes they're talking through WhatsApp, and sometimes they're communicating through Facebook, and sometimes they're communicating through email and phone calls, and then you've got all this communication that's all over the place, and we can get lost, right? We can lose things, we can lose conversations and lose really important stuff. So Slack is such an incredible thing because we can keep it all in one place, and this is where everything happens. So you don't really have to worry about too many emails from us or checking them or, finding them in between all the other emails you have. It's all happening right here. And so now I'm going to give you a quick tour of some of the basic functions that you're going to be using throughout the OBL program. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is what we're looking at, that you can see on this video, is the desktop version of Slack. So what you can do is you can either have Slack on, for example, here is my Google. So this is Google Chrome. I can have Slack.com on Google and go to the workspace here on our desktop, on our, the browser, or you can download the app, okay? And this is the desktop app. And you can do some more things on the desktop app, so I recommend that you, download it. But if you're on another computer somewhere else and you don't have your laptop or you're on your phone, then you can always access it on Google Chrome. You can also download you've got an iPhone app and an Android app that you can download Slack onto it as well. So if you're better at using your phone, then you can also go to the Play Store or the iTunes Store, and you can go and download Slack there, and you can access it right on your phone. But here we're going to be going through the desktop. Okay, so let's have a look at the far left-hand side of the screen. You'll see this strip down the side, and this is the left sidebar, I call it, and it's got your workspaces in it. So the different workspaces, OBL is going to be the one workspace that you currently have. For me, I have two workspaces. There's OBL, and there's also the C Method, because I'm part of the C Method membership program, which is Christina, who's the communications expert and podcasting expert. It's her online program. Okay, so you can actually use Slack to not just communicate to people within your team, but you can also use it to share information for your clients. Okay, so, and you can switch workspaces, so you can share worksheets and monthly exercises and feedback there. So if you want to build an online community, or if you want to share resources with your clients, you could potentially create your own Slack channel and do all of that communication and give all of that value right here in Slack. It's an alternative to, for example, a Facebook group. You could create a Facebook group where it's private, where private people could join and you can share stuff there. Slack is something different. It's like more professional. And if people want to be, they like exclusive, not exclusive, like they don't want other people to know, because on Facebook it's very public if you're in a group. If you want to keep it private, more secure, more confidential, then Slack is the way to go. Okay, so that's your workspaces on the left. Now this side panel is where all the good stuff's on, all right? So let's have a look at channels. Channels are where we have discussions and conversations and we talk about certain things that are topic centered. Okay, so when you log into Slack for the first time, you will see a number of channels. You won't see all of these channels, but you'll see everyone. You'll see P1, phase 1, idea. You'll see feedback, weekly goal, and wins. The reason why you won't see the others is because it's got a lock on it. You can see a little lock sign here. It means that only people that have been invited to be in this group, so only the people that are in the group it's relevant for. So these three here that have OBL in front of it, you probably won't be able to see it because they're just for the people in the OBL team. And we talk about stuff that you're probably not interested in, like the marketing, our meetings, and just team stuff. But the things that are relevant to you are Program 1, Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, and Phase 4. So you'll only see Phase 1 right now because you're currently in Phase 1. And we're not really up to all of those phases yet. So Phase 1 is relevant. When we do get up to Phase 2, then we'll open up Phase 2 and then we can start communicating about all of that stuff there. So Phase 1 is our face-to-face training section. Is about finding your idea. So it's day 1, day 2, and day 3. So anything related to that, we have it in this section. And as you can see, I've gone in and let's get rid of that. And here we've got Phase 1, find your idea. And this is just a little overview of some of the things that we learnt on day 2. And Trudy here has put in the Online Business Liftoff Workshop slides. And if you want to look at them, I'll move myself to the right, you can just go in, click on it, and scroll down. Isn't that cool? And to get out of it, you can either download it to your computer if you want. You can click this little button. You can share it with someone. You can star it. So I'm going to star it and make it really important. Means that I can see it in my starred file section, and I'll show you that a bit later. View details. Yeah, here it's just some details. Okay. All right. And so that is the channels section. Any questions that you want to ask about what we've learned in the last few days in our face-to-face training, you can post it here, and we will be able to help you or answer any of your questions. Okay, so, whoops. All right, so let's look at the other one, the other channel here. We've got feedback. So feedback is really, really awesome. One of the best things that we can do for our business and learning is to get feedback on the work that we're doing so that, we have a lot of experience here in the OBL team and a lot of the things we've done before, and we've got a lot of experience there. So if you've been working on your website, if you've been working on your copy, if you've been thinking of your business idea or business structuring or your finances, whatever it is that you're working on, you can post it here and say, hey, I'd love to get your feedback on this. Also, if you can, make it as specific as possible. So instead of being like, give feedback on this, what do you want specifically? What do you want feedback on? Is it about the writing? Is it about the colors? Is it about, what is it that you would like specifically the feedback on? Okay, so feedback is awesome. Then you've got weekly goals. So this is a productivity channel. So it's really important in business for us to focus on what's important. It can be really, really easy for us to get distracted by the shiny things along the way. There are lots of shiny things and lots of things to be distracted by. And so it's really important to stay focused on that weekly goal. And what better place to do that than right here in Slack, where you have your own accountability buddies, you have your team who are here holding your hand, showing you what you need to do, and if there's something that you want to get done, we'll be able to see that and we'll be able to help you with that. Okay, and don't worry about if you're not really sure what to do or what to write in that yet, because Trudy is going to be going through with us how to do this, how to use this channel, the weekly goal channel, to the best way, because there are not just one type. There's not just one way to be productive. There are lots of different ways, and so Trudy's going to be giving us a really cool strategy on how to do that. All right, so then we've got wins. Okay, so celebrating wins is one of the most important things to do in your business, because all of those little wins, like no matter how big or small they are, like they're important, and we need to celebrate those. You know, it doesn't matter if they're, you know, not business related. It can be personal related as well, but we want to hear about it. We care about all the little things that happen, because we know how lonely it can be. It can be, quite isolating in business, especially online business, when we're doing it from our laptops, we're doing it from home. And, you know, if something good happens, we might want to tell someone straight away. We might, you know, say we've got a new client, or, you know, we just finished our website, or we just, you know, finished something, or we wrote our copy, or we got some really good feedback from a client who said that they loved how we helped them. Then we might want to tell someone. We might maybe tell someone in our family, or tell one of our friends who may not understand what we're going through, and they might not see the importance of that. And you know, that can be a little bit disheartening, or something amazing can happen and we don't celebrate it at all. So, and that can, you know, the more that we do that, we can start losing motivation. Why am I doing this? And we can forget how far we've come if we don't celebrate our wins. And what better way to do that than to celebrate it here in the group, because we actually want to hear about it. We love, you know, hearing about your successes, your wins, and helping you through your challenges and all of the different failures that we go through and overcome. And we get how tough it is. So please use this channel, share your wins, no matter how big or small. And please go in there as well. And if you see anyone else who is winning, celebrate them, congratulate them, show them that you're watching them and you're with them too on their journey. And that compassion and celebration and championing helps you to, you know, give that to your clients, helps you connect to your clients, and you know, the better that you do that, the better I believe that we all become at being business people. Is about celebrating other people in their journeys. Okay, so those are all of the channels. And you might see more of these come in, or them changing around. Don't have to worry about those. We'll let you know what's going on. But these are the basic channels that you'll need to know about. So if we keep going down, you'll see direct messages. Direct messages are for when you want to communicate with the team or to someone else directly, and you don't want anyone else to see it. So you might use this if it's stuff that's only related to you, and it's not relevant to anyone else. You only want to talk to one person, say Trudy or me, or you're going through something and it's private, then you can use the direct messages. But if you have anything to share that you think is valuable, that could be valuable, so you have a question related to the program or some platform, or your thing that you think could benefit other people, then please definitely use the channels so that everyone else can get the value from that. So direct messages are for only when you only want to communicate with yourself, or with other people, sorry. And what you'll find is you'll see a direct message with your name on it. If I look at what I'm doing here, I have used it to communicate with myself. I like to keep some things here, and because Slack is relatively new to me as well, I like to practice. I like to practice using things. You know, how do I use this app? How do I do this reminder thing? How do I do this GIF thing? So I created, these are GIFs, and I'm just having a look through them. So I can use my own channel, my own chatbot, to just try things out. So I do, /Giphy, funny. And I love GIFs. because they're just, they just lighten my mood and they make me really happy. So, so I just clicked on funny and I can shuffle it and that'll give me another one. I love llamas. All right, I'm going to send this llama one because llamas make me so happy. Okay. And so I use my channel to just try things out for me. Okay. All right. Then you've got Slackbot. Slackbot, you'll see, Slackbot is like a little app that can help you to, help you do things. You can communicate with Slack. If you're not sure how to do something on Slack, just type your question below. Okay, so Slack is your little your helper friend. So, if I want to type, how do I send a private message? Then Slackbot is going to search my question and find, give me some help, right? So if you have any questions relating to Slack, then Slackbot might be able to help you. Give it a go. All right, so you might notice here that there are group chats which have more than one person. So if you want to start a group chat with more than one person, you can do that too. All right. Moving on, we'll go down here and there are apps. So apps, Slack apps are a thing. Slack apps are like phone apps. So, your apps on your phone, you've got all of them here. They help you to do things that are important for you. So something that you think is really useful, that makes your life really handy, that makes it easier, you will download that app. You can do exactly the same thing for Slack because people around the world go, I want this tool on Slack, and so they build their own Slack apps. And this is a business in itself, right? Like people make these Slack applications to make it life easier for their clients, for people who use Slack, and then they can sell them and they can cost money. So I'm just going to go through some of the Slack apps that I find are really useful. And one of them is Google Drive. So if you don't know, Google Drive is a online cloud platform. So, Google.com, it's the biggest search browser. You've got Google Chrome, which is the browser. And Google Drive is where you can store a lot of your files. And you can do that for free as well. So I'm just going to show you my drive. So this is what it is. My drive, here are all of my documents. I can keep videos there, I can keep audios there, I can keep all sorts of things here, and you can keep them in folders. Okay, so these are all my folders with my business there. And so this is all stored on the cloud. If I want to share something that I've done, for example, you created a Google sheet, like an Excel spreadsheet, which is like this. You created a Google spreadsheet that has all of your keywords on it, and you want to share it with the team at OBL. You want to say, hey, check this out, these are all my keywords, or this is what I've got. Then you can get a shareable link. Oops. So you can get a shareable link. You can copy that. And then I can come back here. And to me, I can paste it. Or I can paste it to anyone. Okay? And so then, look, it's going to come up here. There's my client sessions. I could post it in the channel if I want everyone to see, but because I don't really want anyone to see this, it's right here. And to open it, I just got to click it, and it's going to take me right there. Okay? All right. And so that's what we can do in our own chat. We can put the things that we think are really important and use it just for ourselves and our fun and just playing around and stuff. Okay, so apps. Google Drive I find is a really important one because then we can go, for example, if I go to everyone, P1 idea. If anyone shares their Google document or their Google sheet, their spreadsheet, then we can give feedback. We can go into it, have a look around, and see what you did. Okay, Sidebar is another one. I've been told that it's a really good app. I haven't used it too much, but you can do a whole heap of stuff with it. I can create reminders for myself. I can set tasks for myself, which give me little reminders and stuff like that. And it does heaps of other stuff. And I'm just going to keep playing around with it. Really, it's best to play around with these things. EventBot is a calendar. If you can get the free version or you can get the paid version, and I can put a calendar up there which says, hey, this is when we're going to be doing our online training, etc. And if you want more, you can search through them here. There's so many of them. Have a look around, or you can go view app directory, and there's going to be even more. Look, all these different categories of Slack apps that you can choose from. It's so exciting. Okay. All right, now we're going to have a look at, all right, so we've gone through, what channels are, we've talked about direct messages, we've talked about the different apps. Let's now go to P1 idea. Now let's have a look at, one of these things here. If I want to go in and have a look at this document that I've created, I can, open it up and I'll see it in a new window. If my internet speeds up a bit. Yep, so there it is. This is some of the cool resources. If I want to share it, I can share it with a channel, I can share it with a person. If I want to copy the link and send it, look at it somewhere else, I can do that too. Okay, so now let's have a look at some of the things you can do here. If someone posts something and you think it's really cool, you can put a reaction in it. Okay, so whatever emoji you want, you can do whatever you want there. So I'm going to, put those little eyes to say that I've seen it, right? Start a thread. So we recommend starting a thread when we want to reply to something, but we don't want to clog up the main channel, okay? So if we have like a whole conversation on the channel and we're using this spot here down the bottom, then there's just going to be a whole conversation there and it can clog up the channel. You might see it on Facebook. So the alternative to you replying on a comment on Facebook is like starting a thread here. And you do that by clicking on this little start a thread button, and you can apply here and you can say, hey, this is really great. And you can post that, and it means that you're specifically replying to this one right here, and we can have a whole conversation here, and it's not going to clog up the whole channel, okay? So that is the thread button. Share a message. If there's a message that you think is really important or you think it's really cool, then you can share it with someone. And say if I want to save it because I think it's really important, I can share it with myself. So Zay, this is really cool. And I go share. And look, in my notifications, on my direct messages, it's been shared with me. Find your idea. So it's going to keep it right there. Okay. So let's go back to this P1 idea. Starring it. Starring a message means that you can say, oh, this is really important. I want to save this for later. I want to make sure that I can see this really easily. You can star it and you can unstar it. So when you star it, it makes it go yellow, so it kind of stands out, it highlights it, and it also puts it in your starred items, which you can find if you click this little star up here. And all of my starred items are going to be here. Everything that I think is important is going to be up there, starred items. All right. Okay, let's have a look. Then we can go into more actions. Yeah, so I can, copy link, mark unread, say I haven't read it yet if I want to be shown it later. Remind me about this. I want to be reminded about this tomorrow. Slackbot, I'll remind you about this message from Zay Canters in P1, one idea at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Very cool. View reminders. And it's going to show me about all my reminders. Okay? More actions. Pinning. If you don't really have to worry about this because pinning is kind of like starring. If we think this is really important, then you can pin it and it's going to pin it to the very top of the page. Okay, as you can see, both of these are pinned items, so they're going to be seen at the very top of the channel. You don't have to worry about that because everyone sees pinned items, so we'll decide what are the ones that we want you to see first that are really important. For example, the slides are really important. This information here is really important. If you want to star it for yourself, it's personal. If you want to make it important just for you, then we recommend just starring it right there. Super easy. Okay, and so that is everything there. If you want to, here's a little button that says show activity, and everything that's related to you and has been tagged you or mentioned you, then it'll come up in this activity. Okay, hide activity. And so let's go share, let's go thread. So if I go, hey, Zay, or if I just go at, then I can pick anyone. I can get anyone's attention right here. So I want to get my attention, or if I want to get Trudy's attention, then I can click her name here. Or I'll just do it in my case so I don't bug anyone. Zay Canters, thanks for sharing this. And then for me, it's going to show up for me. Okay, I'm going to get a little, I'm going to get a notification somewhere. Yeah. So if I check my mention, it'll be there somewhere. Okay. And that's how you mention someone to get their attention of something that you want them to see. For example, if you're posting, in the channel about your ideas, but you want Trudy to read it and you want her to see it first and get notified of it, then you can just click at and then type and then pick Trudy. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at, preferences and, changing Slack so that it works for you. So if you go to the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll click on OBL and you'll see a bunch of stuff that you can do here. I just look at profile and account. So if you click on profile and account, I've put my picture up there. It's a great picture. I just got a new haircut. I've got my status for the day, like how can I support you today. This is my title, community manager and coach. I can edit my profile. It has my number in there, so if anyone wants to call me, there's my number, and my Skype name is here. I don't usually use Skype that much, but yeah. So if you want, change your profile, put a picture in there so that when you're talking to us, we can see your lovely face. Okay, so if we go back to OBL, we can scroll down to preferences, and I'm just going to show you some of the preferences that I like to use and change. Okay, so this one right here in the top one, so notifications, I've changed do not disturb, so I don't want to be disturbed. So I want to disable my notifications from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. So I don't want to get any notifications. I don't want anyone to talk to me, or if anyone does talk to me in those hours, then I'm going to receive them at 9 a.m. in the morning when I start work. And that's really important for me to set that boundary for myself, because it was so, in the first few years of my business, it was so easy for me to be working at like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, and I'm still doing stuff because I'm still getting messages and, yeah, it's good to be able to just switch off. And what better way than to, you know, set it up so you don't get those messages and notifications. Okay, so you can have a look at all these other, you know, different things that you can change. The next one that I wanted to show was Sidebar. So in the Sidebar, one thing that I changed was this button here, additional options, show all unreads. So unreads are everything that I haven't read. Instead of going into every channel and being like, oh, what have I missed there? Oh, is there anything new in idea? Is there anything new in feedback? Is there anything new in my, you know, weekly goal or wins that I need to check out? Instead of going through every channel, I can just go to all unreads and see everything. Everything that I haven't read, it's going to show up there. And so you can click that on by clicking this button there. Also, you can change the look of your Slack channel, your Slack platform, by going down to themes and changing it. Look, you can see it makes it look very different. But I think Aubergine is the original, one that you'll see. I like Nocturne because I just like it. So it's whatever you want. And you've got other settings here. Accessibility. If you struggle to see the screen, if you struggle to read the writing, then you can, you know, increase it here. Increase it, and then it'll be easier for you to see if you know your eyesight's not doing so well. All right, I just keep mine at default though. All right, and that is the guided tour of Slack. So if you have any questions, if there's still something that you are unsure about, then please, I would love to hear about it. And please, just play around with this. Slack, you don't have to worry about messing up or making a mistake. This is a cool platform that, you know, allows you to, you know, delete things. If you wrote something that you don't want to stay there, you can go delete message. Okay, delete it. I can edit it and say, oh, I don't want to, you know, I want to change it. You're awesome. And then I can change that. Okay, or I can just delete it. So don't worry about, you know, just being really gentle with it or being scary. Just go and say hi and use it and just play around with stuff. You can install some apps. Beware that some apps are paid for. And might try to, you know, take your credit card and maybe charge you after a few days. But yeah, just be wary of that, and yeah, but just play around with it, have fun. I'm really excited to see you at our next training, and hope you're having a wonderful day today, and take care.